Welcome back to Sissy Maya. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an update. Additionally, consider subscribing to my Patreon to get access to these features, and much more.
Arghh! Jack Turner yelled as water splashed him in the face. He'd attempted to fix his plumbing but realized it was beyond his skill. After wiping his face and shutting off the water, he used a bucket to bail out the water from his shower. "Told you, you needed a woman's touch," Laura, his neighbor, chuckled from the yard next door. She was tending her flower bed and pulling weeds. "If you need help with that overgrown jungle you call a backyard, just let me know." Jack glared at his overgrown, unkempt backyard, a common complaint among neighbors. What would a woman know about yard work? A few hours later, with the plumbers hard at work, jackhammers echoed through the house, sending dust everywhere and aggravating his allergies. Even sitting on the porch didn't help as the front door and windows had to stay open to let the dust escape. "The plumbing proving more than you can handle, huh?" Laura asked, approaching in a white t-shirt, sneakers, and blue jeans. "I heard you coughing and thought this might help. My husband uses it for his hay fever." "I don't think your husband's medicine will work for me," Jack replied, as Laura scowled. "Hey," Laura retorted. "I'm just trying to be a good neighbor. If you can't appreciate it, forget I offered." "Who are you calling dumb?" Jack shouted, grabbing the medicine and spraying it into his throat before tossing the bottle back to Laura. He went inside, feeling unaffected by the dust. "I can handle any medicine you give me." "We found the crack in your pipe," Brick the plumber announced, removing the damaged pipe and setting up their camera. "We still need to check for other issues before we finish up." "That's all right, dear," Jack said, clamping his hand over his mouth, wondering why he spoke that way. The plumbers shrugged and set up their camera to take images of the inner pipe. They discovered that part of the kitchen and living room would need to be torn up to access other damaged sections. By evening, the plumbers had dug a trench from the bathroom to the center of the living room. As 5 p.m. approached, they decided to call it a day and return the next morning to finish their work. Shortly after they left, Jack's nose and throat began to irritate him again from the dust. Remembering the spray Laura had given him earlier, he went over to her house and knocked on the door. He was relieved to find that Laura's husband was away for the weekend on a business trip. "Laura, do you have any more of that spray I can borrow? And where did your husband get it?" "Come on in," Laura said, leading him into the living room and seating him on the couch. "Just wait here, and I'll get it for you. I can always buy my husband a new batch before he gets back." When Laura returned, she handed Jack the spray. Instead of a throat remedy, it turned out to be knockout gas. Jack collapsed on the couch as Laura began undressing him. She put him in a skin-tone bodysuit and chest forms, sealing him inside and removing the back zipper so he couldn't take it off. "What happened?" Jack asked, sitting up and feeling the weight of his new chests. He looked down at his now feminine figure, noticing the deep grape-colored nails and the artificial vagina. "What did you do to me?" Jack's voice was now high-pitched and feminine. "What happened to my voice?" "The original throat spray did its job, Jenna," Laura said with a smile. "I've decided to call you Jenna from now on since you're no longer a guy. You'll start thinking more like a girl too." "You're crazy," Jenna said, putting on Jack's clothes before leaving Laura's house. She smirked as Jenna returned home and turned on the TV. The new, sensitive skin from the bodysuit made everything feel gritty. Before long, Jenna found herself cleaning the house, washing floors, dusting, vacuuming, and even doing the windows. Despite trying to snap out of the brainwashing, she continued to clean. When she finished, Laura arrived in a high-collar, sleeveless oriental dress with slits up the sides, paired with grey hose and shoes. "I thought we'd go out and show everyone the new you, Jenna," Laura said with a smile, presenting a beautiful dress. The Jack part of her felt anxious, but the dominant Jenna part was excited. Soon, Jenna was dressed in a blue strapless dress with a push-up bra that accentuated her new chests, along with white gloves and heels. The two headed out to a nightclub. "Would you care to dance?" a couple of men asked. Jack mentally screamed as Jenna's body got up and danced with them, cheek to cheek. Jenna felt even more nauseous when she was driven home and received a goodnight kiss. The next day, the plumbers arrived to find Jenna at home. Jack's new painted lips explained that Jack had gone out of town and that Jenna was house-sitting. The plumbers finished their work, poured the cement, and retiled the floor. When Laura's husband returned and learned what she had done, he was pleased to have one less man pursuing his wife. Over time, the part of Jack's mind would fade, leaving only Jenna behind. As he mowed his lawn, Laura's husband smiled, watching Jenna and Laura finally transform the overgrown backyard into a pleasant space. As long as he kept making the mind-altering spray, he knew no man would come between him and his wife.